I want to talk about quite a pertinent topic at the minute, and that is why United are taking so long to sign Mbuemo. We all know what this season was like. It was horrible. As a fan, it was extremely hard to watch, but just from an overall perspective on where this club should be and what we've done last season, it just made things extremely worse. Now, to make things even slightly better or maybe worse, depending on how this transfer window is going to end, you've got a player in Mbuemo, and this is going to be my first point. You've got a player in Mbuemo who last season scored 20 goals in the Premier League. Our forward players combined, not counting Bruno because Bruno's a midfielder, but our forwards combined didn't score 20 goals in the Premier League. This man alone outscored our attacking players. We need to get him in the club as soon as possible. And about that stat, you can probably fact check me. I haven't checked this, but I'm pretty sure none of our players have been able to do that. I think Ahmad scored 8 goals, and Ahmad had a great season with ins and outs. I don't know about Holland and Xerxes, but I don't think none of those players were. So I'm making a guess here. I'm pretty sure, and by himself with those 20 goals, probably outscored our attacking players. When was the last time, just think to yourself, when was the last time Manchester United, don't count Bruno because Bruno's a midfielder, when was the last time we had an elite scoring threat? You know, yes, we had Rashford in that one-off season when he went crazy for a few months, and then we had Ronaldo when he was past his prime. But aside from those two, when was the last time we had an elite attacking player in our team? You know, the last signing I can kind of think of is Alexis Sanchez when he first came, but then we all know how that turned out. It was a complete mess. We've got a player in Mbuemo who last season scored 20 goals for Brentford. Imagine what happens when you pair him with the likes of Cunha, with the likes of Ollie Watkins, with the likes of Bruno Fernandes. You know, when you pair him with players that are able to play at a much higher level, playing with a coach who is a proven winner in Ruben Amorim. You have to get this done no matter what. And that's my first point. The simple fact that last season, Mbuemo lit the Premier League up. Only guys who scored more goals than him. Only Salah, Isak, and Haaland. Only Salah, Isak, and Haaland scored more goals than him. It's time for us to make sure we have a player that is in that mix, that is in the mix of the top goal scorers in the Premier League. We need him in our team as soon as possible. The second reason why I believe we need to get this deal done as soon as possible is because we all know how Manchester United's negotiation tactics are like. We take way too long, and I thought that under new ownership, having a new CEO, I thought things were going to be different. I thought we were going to be able to move in the market a lot quicker. And for the most part, to be fair, Lenny Euro, we managed to get that done, even though that was tricky. We managed to get Cunha done quite quickly. So let's carry on. Let's not delay. We're dealing with Brentford, another Premier League club. We need to get Mbuemo in as soon as possible because, as we segue to my third point, pre-season is coming up. And again, this is like historic trends with Manchester United, and this is why these things just came to my head and why they're so alarming. Pre-season is coming up. And we've known from the past where Manchester United players were not able to integrate well into pre-season, how that bled into the season. We all know what happened between Ronaldo and Erik ten Hag. Poor pre-season ruined the start of the season for ten Hag and Ronaldo. When Casemiro first came to United, didn't have a very good first season. His first few months were a bit shaky. Kobe Mainu, in his breakout season last year, he was injured, and for the first few months of the season, he wasn't able to play. We need to make sure we get Mbuemo in. We need to make sure that Ruben Amorim has a blueprint on how he wants his attackers to play, that these attackers are able to execute, because we've got 2 elite players now in Cunha and Mbuemo. We need to make sure that they gel well. We need to make sure that they understand how Højlund likes to move, that Højlund understands how they want to move, and that is if we don't sign Watkins. But just in the case of Mbuemo, we need to get this pre-season curse over with. Get your players in as soon as possible to make sure you build well for the start of the season. We shouldn't be wasting time on things like this. And yeah, I feel like the other 2 points I had written down, they kind of go over the same thing. So I'm like, I'm mindful of repeating myself, but those are the main points. Point number one, we need to make sure we get this deal done because Mbuemo is an elite striker. Point number two, we can't keep dragging out signings. And point number three, we need to make sure that our players are ready for pre-season. It just sets good precedents. It just sets high standards. The type of standards we should have, the type of standards that if we had those high standards, we wouldn't be finishing 15th in the Premier League. In what universe does a club like Manchester United finish 15th in the Premier League? That is unacceptable. We need to raise these standards and we need to make sure we get things done. So it's like even a way for the board to try and bounce back, to try and show the fans that yes, this season was not good enough, but we are determined. We are committed to make sure that this club is able to fight for those trophies, for those high positions. It should be their top priority to get this deal done as soon as possible. It should. If I'm back here next Thursday or Friday talking about this deal, I'm gonna have a meltdown. I'm gonna have a meltdown. This deal, you guys have a week to get this deal done, or I'm gonna have another meltdown. Please, Manchester United, stop trying to raise my blood pressure. Stop trying to raise my blood pressure and get this deal done. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching the video until the end. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all these things. So please help me grow this channel. And as per usual, I'll see you guys soon.